In the interest of science, I am risking my Hero 9 for you. Yes, there's a spot right about over there. Yeah, you can't see my hand now because I scratched the damn thing this morning. And when I got to work, I was like, hey, it shifted a little bit. And the whole thing came off in my hand again. I was like, oh, crap. So I tried to put the RickRak mount back together. And for those of you that are not aware, the RickRak mount, are you going to run into me? I'm not taking chances today, bub. The RickRak mount has a threaded bolt that goes into the fairing and replaces one of the windshield screws. And it goes into a brass or copper or whatever, I don't know, some sort of metal bushing in the inner fairing, and it goes through the windshield and it goes through the outer fairing and squishes it all together like that. Beep, beep, beep. Squishes it down, holds everything in place, and the whole works just fell the off in my hand. Pardon my French, but I was a little bit pissed. Then, come to find out, there's not enough threads available to tie the mount back on, or to screw it back on rather. So now I'm like panicking. I've got 2 out of 3 windshield bolts. I tested it. It like wobbles real bad when it doesn't have a bolt in there. It's a real pain in the tuchus, as it were. I'm not a happy camper. Plus, I don't have any tools with me. So I begged, borrowed, and I didn't steal. I asked people nicely, and they lent me some Allen wrenches, and I figured out which one it was, got the bolt out, and then I said, well, to make sure it has enough threads, all I got to do is screw it into the mount and then put that into the fairing and tighten it down. So I did. It's in as tight as it's going to be in the mount, and it's as tight as it's going to be in the fairing. Hopefully it's not too tight in the fairing, but I'm sort of researching maybe doing something else for my fairing now. I'm not really sure what to do. I'm not an expert at this. But I will tell you, I've had that mount for 2 years. The last time I remember taking it off was when I installed this 8.5-inch windshield. That was the last time I took the mount off this bike. So it's been at least a year, probably 14 or 15 months. And I have a theory as to what caused this, or I have a theory. Yes, I can wave my hands, trying to minimize the use of the Hero 9 footage because it's got that big mar in it, big scratch, and I don't particularly care for that. Oh, hold on. We got a left turner. We got a left turner ahead. We got some other people. It's a nice looking Ford, battleship gray. Needs like some Navy numbers and some water depth markings on it, like the ships do with their hulls, to show how much water they've got. I want to let this Chevy go by because they are hot to trot and they want to fly down the road. Have at it. I'm taking no chances. So like I was saying, I believe I have a theory as to what actually physically happened to the mount. Are they both recording? Yeah, okay, we're good. Now I'm like, what the hell? You know, just like a week ago, I was recording a video and I was saying, man, all my camera equipment, my cameras, they all just work and I don't have to worry about it. Wrong thing, I jinxed myself. Gosh darn it. But I have a theory, I do. And before I get into the theory, I really want to be very clear. I don't believe this is a failure of the RickRak mount or the GoPro mounts or the GoPro. It's definitely not a GoPro failure. I think it's a John failure. And we'll get back into that after I give my theory. So my theory is that we're going to hit this tunnel. And, you know, I hate clickbait and dragging things out, but I need some smiles, people. Nice, that was a good one. Hey, if you like that concert hall, give this video a boot. Or if you like the content. You know, that smudge just isn't as bad as I thought it was. Anyway, focus, John, focus. Theory. The theory is that the weight of the camera being out to the side like that caused it to fall down, and to get it back up, I would just lift up the camera. In doing so, I believe that the bolt was lodged in the front fairing. It was steady-ish, but then it was loosening up here on the outside at the actual RickRak mount. And because it was loosening at the mount, when the camera would force it back down again, I think that forced the bolt further into the fairing, thus hiding, we'll say, like a 60th of a thread, you know, a complete revolution every time. So after over a year of this back and forth, I think it worked the threads of the bolt far enough into the fairing that there wasn't much to grab onto for the mount. And I believe the ends of the bolt are maybe slightly boogered, or the outermost thread of the mount is a little bit like stripped, I think is the word. And I think that caused it to just have enough to grip until I hit that bump this morning, and then it fell off. It fell the off. You know, there's a comedian out there that used that same phrase or terminology. If you know who it is, leave it in the comments below. But that's my theory, and I think I have a solution for it. And I think the solution is to put some Loctite into the mount and then thread the bolt in there, get it as snug as I can, and wait a day. And I think by waiting a day, it'll cure, it'll let the Loctite cure real well, and it won't come loose again. And here's why I think that solution will work. Yep, going straight. All right. I think that solution will work because it's obviously getting through the bushing in the inner fairing. So there's plenty of bite there. And if it's Loctited onto the bolt and mount together, it treats it like one big bolt. And I've tested, putting it in at this angle does give me the proper view or vantage point, camera angle, whatever terminology you want to use. And I think it will prevent it from backing out again, because I don't want it to happen again. Those Max Lens mods are expensive. They're like 80 bucks a pop. And I broke one, and I'm really mad. I didn't break it. It's scratched up real good. It's unusable for my purposes outside of this video, because I can't seem to not like want to talk directly to the viewer. Because I'm a goofball. So the long and the short of it is, this temporary solution works. I'm going to try for a more permanent solution, because since I have the vent up there, I don't have a great place to mount a camera that I think it'll stick well. I just don't. If you're using one of the sticky mounts on a Street Glide or Ultra Limited on the dash there, let me know how you're doing it in the comments below. Also, one other thing, the fact that I've put so many mounts on there and like put it out like a foot and all that, it just goes to show that I'm kind of an idiot, and well, I get what I pay for. No, that's not the term at all. I get what I deserve. So I think that's going to do it for this video. I know it's a little choppier than normal, but I'm trying to minimize the 9 footage. You know, I really hate having scratches there. It really pisses me off. What is with this traffic? Son of a biscuit. Come on, let me in, let me in. Anyway, I'm going to go remove this camera because I'm getting on the highway, and I want to take as few risks as possible. So when I find a good turnoff, that's what I'm going to do. But before that, I'm going to end the video. So I'm going to say, there's plenty of stuff on screen now. Go watch that. And thanks for coming along on this ride with me. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.